In a league where analytics say shoot threes or get to the rim, SGA is cooking teams from 15 feet. Let's see why it works. I am your host, Jake Bender, and welcome to Court Vision. Now, some of you may say that the mid-range game is fading away, but in today's NBA, SGA continues to show you that you can still create in the mid-range and make today's analytics fade away. In the shot chart displayed here, you can see how SGA dominates the middle of the floor, specifically from within 15 feet. This graphic shows you his shooting averages compared to the rest of the league. The darker blue means that those shot percentages were above league average, and the lighter blue means that he was below league average in those other areas of the floor. Some may look at this and say SGA is a one-dimensional player, or that he should work on expanding his game out to the three-point line. But here's why they're wrong in saying that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you see the stats here, his true shooting percentage is about 63.7%, a usage rate of about 34.9, and averages 32.7 points in the regular season. Also, SGA just capped off one of the best seasons from an accolade standpoint. He was an All-Star, All-NBA player, a scoring champ, a regular season MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and an NBA Finals champ. SGA is only one of 11 players in NBA history to win regular season MVP and NBA Finals MVP in the same season. SGA is one of the best in the game when it comes to using his body to his advantage. He is also one of the highest IQ players in the league. Now let's break down what I mean. You rarely see SGA work off the ball, but here you see him coming off a screen, and knowing he has the defender on his hip, he gives a shoulder bump into a step back to create an open shot. We are going to freeze here because I want y'all to see the use of his shoulder bump to create space. This is important throughout this video and to his overall game because this is his go-to way to create space for a shot. Now let's watch it back one more time. He also uses change of pace to his advantage, in which we see here as he freezes the defender and pulls up again. As we take a closer look, an important part to the game of basketball can be creating switches to create easier opportunities. The ball screen on this play created a mismatch where Daniel Gafford, who is very athletic mind you, but not as laterally quick, cannot react in time to stay in front of SGA for a contest. Let's watch the replay now that you know how the mismatch was created. Using your body and change of pace within the game is one of the most forgotten about concepts in the game of basketball today, and is very undervalued. Both of these will also allow you to get to the free throw line, which we will see examples of later. An example to prove his high IQ and understanding of getting to his spots within the mid-range, you see him catch the ball on the left wing, and as he drives, he recognizes the help side forming in the middle of the paint, and then takes his open space along the baseline for that short corner jumper before the defense can recover and help. As SGA is an MVP caliber player, teams will try to make many help side adjustments to try and contain him. In this following clip, SGA gets trapped initially, but then the second defender bails. He then sees another defender closing in towards the middle of the floor. With his high IQ and spatial recognition, he spins towards the baseline into space and makes the jumper. Court vision doesn't always mean making plays for others, but in this case it can be to know open spots on the floor and how a defense reacts to get to your spots for an easy bucket. We just witnessed SGA in some of his basic attacks, but lucky for you, we'll be having a move series coming to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and more every week to break down your favorite college and pro players' go-to moves. We encourage you to follow all socials and interact with us. Ratings and reviews are the most helpful, and make sure you drop comments to let us know what you would like to see in a future clip or episode. The link will be in our bio. Now let's talk about SGA attacking off of ball screens, where this is one of the scariest sights to see him attack from. The OKC Thunder consistently run ball screen actions using their bigs or wings at the free throw line to create those mismatches we discussed earlier in the episode. Bigs in drop coverage cannot recover fast enough. He uses and abuses the space given by defenders that go under a screen. And if the defender goes over the screen, he just does a snake dribble to get to the mid-range for a pull-up or a floater anyway. Most teams will defend by going over the ball screen, but in this example, he catches the defender off balance and forces him to go under. When a defense goes under a ball screen, they tend to give the offensive player too much space to work with. Even worse in this scenario, Brook Lopez is also in drop coverage, creating absolutely no defensive pressure. He then uses the space given to him for an easy jumper. Most teams will not go under a ball screen if SGA is involved, so let's see some examples where the defenders will play over the screen and how SGA reacts. We will see a double ball screen, and when SGA uses that last and final ball screen, you will see the defender go over the top. The next thing to see here is that Rudy Gobert is in drop coverage. He's trusting his teammate to recover, but instead SGA kept the defender on his hip, not allowing him to get in good defensive positioning, and he got to a spot to get a bucket. Let's check out this last clip where two defenders go over the ball screen again, but SGA decides to reject the screen, knowing the defense is overplaying. SGA brings his defenders along for the ride, and OG from the Knicks decides to overplay as the on-ball defender. When you see it here, he's not allowing SGA to fully use the screen. So SGA will see this and reject the screen by going the other direction and still getting downhill to his mid-range pull-up. Now for the fun part of this episode, we get to watch SGA in a montage of drawing fouls. And I know that's what everybody was waiting for, right? This is important to note because he does shoot 89.8% from the line, but it's only on about 9 attempts per game no matter what y'all think. These are some of the easiest points to get, and if you remember what I said earlier, knowing how to use your body and play with pace, you will draw fouls. I'm sure you've heard of you reach, I'll teach, or you reach, he'll teach, hand down, man down. Let's add a new one. Don't jump at the pump. SGA continues to manipulate defenders that put themselves out of position. SGA is now a finals MVP and a regular season MVP for a reason. He has a wide skill set that includes being able to get to the free throw line, which is a skill. That is a skill, and I'll live and die by that, I promise you. There are so many MVPs, which we will see here, like LeBron, Kobe, a bunch of others, that have had a lot of free throw attempts within a season per game, just like SGA. He is not a free throw merchant. He is just a high IQ player that knows how to read the defense and feel out contact. For any upcoming coaches and players, I really hope you learned several new things from this video. I hope you learned how to use your body to create space for a shot. I hope you learned how to play with pace so you don't rush to your favorite spots on the floor. And I hope you learned how to make different reads off of on-ball screens to create more shots for yourselves. That is all for this episode, guys. Please consider engaging with us on all socials, and ratings and reviews are the most helpful. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the love, and we'll see you next time on Court Vision.